The new DAIMA episode's out.
Yeah, you gonna watch it?
Man, I might have to skip here.
Why?
What are they showing this?
Majin Buu.
Majin Buu?
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta watch this now.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way,
Oh. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Z DAIMA. Now, before anyone, attacks me, I'm actually a big fan of DAIMA and I've been watching it every single weekend. So, just a heads up, I love DAIMA, okay? Now, let's talk about the topic at hand. First of all, let's talk about Kid Buu. Now, Kid Buu, to me personally, isn't one of my favorited villains. He is a cool villain, don't get me wrong, but to me personally, I like Cell Bell. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, bro. I like Cell Saga Bell. But Kid Buu is a character. You know what I'm saying? He's a menace to society. He just blew up a planet when he came out. So my thing is, and they've been doing this a lot. Dragon Ball's been doing this a lot, where they kind of taking the old things and kind of redoing them to try and get people back in the things they love. And I'm not against it. They did it with Frieza. Frieza is a different situation, because Frieza, that's one thing I don't like, is that they've kept bringing him back to where they have Frieza and then he died, and he's supposedly was meant to die against Goku and then came back as Mecha Frieza just to get cooked by Trunks. He came back for the resurrection of F just to die again by Goku, and then came back for the Tournament of Power, and then now he's back, and now we have Black Frieza. Like, they keep bringing back Frieza when I feel like they can make different villains or have different villains. Like Cooler, for example, Frieza's brother, they could just use Cooler and that would be perfectly fine. They could just find a way to implement him into the story, and I think that's a great way to have another great villain that's not a copy and paste of Frieza. Like, now let's get to this point though. Let's get to Majin Buu. Well, Majin Cou. I personally think there's potential. We haven't seen enough, but just from the first design, I just want to say this, right? This has nothing to do with like the video or topic, right? Why he has nigger lips? Like, why do you have nigger lips? Like, why they gave him that? Like, but I think there's potential there. I think there's potential there, and I think a lot of people have not seen that just because of the way his design is and how he looks. But I think there's potential there. We seen all the crazy stuff like Kid Buu was doing and absorbing and stuff. So maybe they might do it with Majin Cou, but we don't even know if he's gonna be the final villain of Dragon Ball DAIMA. I'm thinking he will, but we don't actually know for sure. So that's one thing though, and I think there's a lot of people, especially I've seen on Twitter, that's just hating on this form and saying what were they thinking and all that stuff. But I think he has potential. We haven't seen what he's done. Let's wait to the end of the show before we can, say our whole opinions on the character as a whole. Let's just not just jump to a conclusion and say, oh yeah, bro, this guy's trash, without even actually seeing what he can offer. And I'm enjoying DAIMA, and people say DAIMA is like Dragon Ball DT, which, to be fair, it is kind of like that in a way, but I kind of enjoy that adventure vibe that I get from DAIMA, and I've been enjoying it so far. I do want to see a bit more of Vegeta and Piccolo, but for right now, I think Dragon Ball DAIMA is an amazing show. And if you, obviously there's a lot of Dragon Ball fans out there, but so if you like Dragon Ball, I would kind of recommend it. Like, even if you haven't watched it, if you watched it, then you know what I'm saying, enjoy it, then that's on you. But if you haven't watched it, give it a try, because I feel like it's in some way enjoyable, and they kind of have been pushing that out, because they've been doing that in the games like Sparking Zero, like I heard Kakarot, and a whole bunch of other Dragon Ball games, and Dragon Ball franchises just pushing that out at DAIMA, because that's the new Dragon Ball thing. So I hope it doesn't turn out to be a failure, and I don't feel like it will, and my expectations is high. So Dragon Ball, don't fail me on those expectations. But I just feel like with how Majin Cou is done, it kind of, I do feel the frustration, and I do feel like I understand how people are towards the character, but I don't feel like it's really deserved in a way to where people should feel that way. Let's just wait a bit, because we've only seen one episode of him and of how he looks, and we haven't seen the way he fights or none of that. So let's give it a bit, and then we can actually make a final judgment at the end of like the series. And I'm not gonna lie, just like everyone, I kind of want, you know, Dragon Ball Super 2 to come out, which hasn't came out yet. I can't wait for the Moro arc, but I guess they have some problems with that, and they can't really push it out yet or animate it or something like that. I know there's some problems behind the scenes that we don't actually know about it. So yeah, if you haven't watched DAIMA, I say go watch it, and that's just my opinion on the characters. So yeah, and as DAIMA as a whole, like I just yapped about all this other stuff, but as DAIMA as a whole, it's enjoyable for me. So I say give it a try. If you don't, then that's on you. So yeah, but yeah, that's enough about me just yapping about DAIMA and Dragon Ball Z. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, as you can tell. Been watching it as a kid, but yeah, I hope you guys like just enjoy me yapping and just talking, and tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments below. I do want to see each side and each opinions, so I'm not against that, you know what I'm saying. I'm not one of them people that's like, oh yeah, don't say anything bad, no, don't criticize me or anything like that. So say how you feel in the comments below. Obviously leave a like and support, and without any further ado, it's your boy Trike, and he's out. See you guys.